So let's start by introducing the project and what we are going to do during the workshop. So first, with the project team, with the department, of course, Stanford, Tanya, Kat, and Kavya helped us a lot during this project, so we're very grateful. Then it's us, UNSW, with a high performance architecture research cluster. You see many names. It's a pretty large and cohesive group. And then we have also worked together with partner investigators in Australia and overseas. So with Carlos from the University of Adelaide, Dania from Technical University of Crete, Ansar from University of Kolkata, Kaushikman from the Global Proceedings Alliance, and Agis Papadopoulos from the Aristotle University of Thessaloniki in Greece. What's the scope of the project? We have to deliver an overview of the market and of the technology in Australia and overseas, in analyzing the performance of roofs in Australian climate zones, considering both heat island mitigation, cooling energy savings, and a cost-benefit analysis. Then identifying together with the industry what are the barriers for the use of roofs, and also what are the industry needs in perspective. We started in June 2021, and we are due to complete the project in March 2022. The first part of the project is a little review market overview, considering the present technologies and market maturity, benefits and disadvantages of roofs, and the current legislation and policies. Because if we are to consider framing policy in Australia, it's good to have a look at what has been done elsewhere, also considering the Australian market. Then the second part of the project delivers a cost-benefit analysis, considering 12 typical existing buildings and 5 new buildings, both commercial and residential, assessing the performance in free-floating condition and with air conditioning in all capital cities, and also assessing the benefits in terms of heat mitigation and resulting savings in terms of heat-related mortality. And finally, analyzing the cost benefits, both direct and indirect. After we delivered an appraisal of the performance of groups, we have to analyze the barriers and the industry needs in perspective. Because we will, at the present time, there's a deemed to satisfy provision in the NCC, but there are discussions about changes to the NCC. Currently, there's a threshold of 45% solar absorbance as a maximum value, but we will need to consider perhaps climate zone specific thresholds and further recommendations. And of course, to provide a policy recommendation to the department, we need input from the industry and stakeholders. We cannot do without. The project structure, so we discussed the different parts of the project, and here are the presentations grouped by project deliverable. So the first part, Mark, Kurt, Dania, Aphrodite, and Gia will consider the state of the art and the market overview, considering policies also in the US and the European Union, and also measurements and rating of roofs and the market in Australia. Then the second part of the project about the climatic benefits of roofs and the cooling energy savings, and then a discussion with the stakeholders, which is indeed part of the project and it's a very important one. And for this, we set up this website in addition to the meeting chat. So if you want to type your questions in the chat, you can do it, but you can also use this tool. So let's take a look at it. So here we prepare this site that you can access, and we divided this page into 3 panels, like technical barriers, financial markets and barriers, and regulatory barriers. So what do you think are the main issues? And depending whether you are in manufacturing and sales, or you are a design practitioner or else, you can type inside here your comment. Okay, and then if people receive, you maybe see another comment that is already popular, you can put a like to it, and we will analyze this at the end of the meeting, and then send you afterwards a survey. So thank you for your attention.